Tuesday. I've just finished filming a clip to wrap up last week's vlog, and it's 20 past 12. So I wanted to let you know what I'm planning on reading this week. I have pretty lofty plans as usual, but obviously my TBR is pretty lofty for the month, so it's bound to be the case. This week I have a couple buddy reads. I have one that's an actual week-long buddy read, and then the other is like a month-long buddy read, but obviously I want to sort of make a start on it. So I did start reading At God Midnight. You'll have seen the previous B-roll, and I got quite a few pages read actually. So I started off with Six of Crows. I was already 75 pages into this from picking it up last month, and I got myself to page 111, so that was for today's pages. So I am up to date with today's pages, but I might just carry on reading this. I'm really enjoying it now that I'm into it. So I read a few pages of this. So this I'm buddy reading with Siobhan this week, and I cannot wait to continue to do so. Then I am buddy reading A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness with a group of girls over on Instagram. We're having a really great time at the moment with this, all discussing how we're feeling about it. I was really worried about this. I don't tend to read like heavy adult academia type books. I don't think I've ever read an academia adult book, to be honest. I tend to kind of stay away from them, but I suppose Harry Potter's deemed as like academia, and also the Simon Snow series, Carry On and Wayward Son, is academic because it's in a school, but I don't know. I mean, on occasion I will, but I was really worried about this because I thought it was going to be like super descriptive, which it is. It's very, very descriptive. You're getting a lot of information. It is very heavy on the information dump. But honestly, it's so fucking interesting. It's really, really interesting. I'm having such a good time with it. I got to page 50 last night, so I'm having a really good time with it. But for this week, so this is a month-long reading. I've never taken, well, I probably have taken a month to read a book, but probably because I was in a slump. But I'm going to struggle to keep putting this down, to be perfectly honest. So this week we're supposed to get to page 128, so kind of want to continue on reading this later. I've just said to the girls that if I do struggle to put this down, I will just plough ahead with it, but keep my thoughts to myself till the end of the month, and then kind of, so I don't spoil anybody. But yeah, I'm loving this so far. I'm loving it a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I was a little bit worried going in, but I really wanted to try it because I know that the series, I've watched like the first or second, up to the second episode of the series, and I really enjoyed it. And I think, honestly, I definitely think that that's helping me because I've got images of the characters in my head. Definitely think that's helping me, otherwise I think this would be a little bit too heavy for me. But yeah, really enjoying this so far. I will go into the descriptions of these a bit later on because I can't really be bothered now. I've just filmed my wrap up for August, so I just can't really be bothered. Then I picked up Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren as well last night. Apparently I just wanted to start several books last night. So I got to page 58 in this one. I was already into this. I was 19 pages into this, so I read like around just shy of 40 pages last night, and I'm really enjoying this so far. Actually, I'm hoping to finish this today if at all possible, but I need to edit last week's reading vlog and get that uploaded today. So whether or not I get a chance to finish this today, I'm not sure, but it's relatively short and I would really like to. It's fast paced and I'm really enjoying it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I would like to finish A Court of Wings and Ruin this week by Sarah J Maas. I'm currently on page 373, so I've got this much left to go, probably just over halfway through the book. I would really like to finish this week because I want to get into Hair of Fire next week, and I can't really read two Sarah J Maas books alongside each other, so I want to get through this and then I can pick up Hair of Fire next week. So if I can finish this week, that would be great as well. And then I would really like to pick up The Sundown Motel as well, I think, this week by Simone St. James. Just quite fancy a thriller this week, so I think this one's going to be a good one to pick up. And also I need to start on my middle grades, and I think in theory you're supposed to go through the map for Adventures Through Wonderland, so I think you're supposed to follow the map. So my first book is Wizards of Once, Never and Forever, so I might pick that up this week as well. So I know it looks lofty, but they're upside down, I know. But A Discovery of Witches, I'm not aiming to finish this week, just get up to my pages for the week. I know I'm probably going to do more than that, but we'll see. And then this I'm already halfway through, and this I'm partway through as well, and it's a buddy read. So just basically these two and like a middle grade. I'm really excited, actually. Very excited for all of these. I'm really hyped for them. Yeah, I'm gonna go and actually get some food. I'm starving. I haven't eaten yet this morning. So I'm gonna go and get some food, and then I really need to edit the vlog from last week. I don't want to edit that because I know it's going to be a shambles. I really need to edit that and then upload that, and then I can do some reading. I actually just want to do some reading. So I will check back in with you later. Good evening. It's later on. Sorry, I'm just halfway through a message on Instagram. It's 8:05. Finished Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. Turn the book round, Steph. I finished this. I've given it 5 out of 5 stars. I think this is probably my favourite Christina Lauren book to date. So far, I've read The Unhoneymooners, there's one with something to do with a moon, whose name I can't remember. I can't remember what I've read of them, to be honest. Oh, autobiography. Twice in a Blue Moon, it's called. Twice in a Blue Moon, autobiography. And I can't remember if there's anything else. Do you know what it is? It's because I don't have the authors I don't have these books next to each other on the shelves, because I do it by spine colour. So I can never remember what I own from Christina Lauren, because they're scattered all over my shelves. Anyway, giving this 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love this. As Hazel's fucking chaotic. Josh is adorable, and I just absolutely love their relationship. I love their friendship, and then I just love the way, I thought this was enemies to lovers, and it's not. It's friends to lovers, but it's just the cutest way. The ending sort of ended in a way that I wasn't expecting. It went in a direction I wasn't expecting at all, and I was really worried about where that was going, but actually it didn't go the way my anxious mind thought it was going to go. It was fine in the end. I just loved it. I loved everything about this. Hazel is just a dream, an absolute dream. She's chaotic as fuck, but she's a fucking dream, and I just love her as a character. I really wish they sort of had more chaotic characters like this a little bit sometimes in books. She's just hilarious. She has no filter, so she can't stop anything from coming out of her mouth. She just comes out with it, and she's just the funniest person. I just love her. I just think she's so great. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for this. First book of Bookopoly done, and also the first book of September done. On the 1st of September, I'm absolutely buzzing my little head off. So I have had a couple of NetGalley arcs come through in the last couple of days, and I'm thinking about picking one of those up, only on the basis that A, it's middle grade, and B, it comes out on the 3rd of September. It's called Zombirella, and it's Fairy Tales Gone Bad. I'll show a picture of it here. So it comes out on the 3rd of September. It is a middle grade, and it's by Walker Books, so thank you to them for sending me a copy of this. And it's only like 149 pages long, and it's heavily illustrated, I think. So I'm just going to try and get my way through this evening. It's a 3-part series of twisted classics written in verse by award-winning poet Joseph Coelho and illustrated by Freya Hartas. So yeah, told in verse as well, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through this. So I'm thinking of picking that up. It's a middle grade, so it fits in with the Adventures Through Wonderland a little bit. It won't actually fit well, it will fit a prompt if I want it to, but I don't want it to because I still want to read the other books that I've got. Yeah, I also got these Violent Delights by Chloe Gong come through today as well, but that's not coming out till November, so I think I'll put that on to October's TBR. I also got Delivery to the Lost City, which is the 3rd in the I think it's the 3rd in the Train to Impossible Places series as well. So obviously we're reading the Train to Impossible Places as the buddy read for the Adventures Through Wonderland TBR, for the Adventures Through Wonderland readathon. So I might even try and read the second one in that series as well, and then I can get to the 3rd one. I mean, this doesn't come out till next year, but 7th of Jan it comes out, so I've got a little bit of time. I've had a couple come through of those, so now it's downloading a PDF. I didn't mean to click that. So yeah, that's my plan. So once I've finished, I'm just watching Jade's recent vlog, and then I think I'm going to watch Becca's, and then I am going to pick up Zombirella, and then I think I'm going to start The Wicker King. So I think that's my plan for the rest of the evening. Obviously I've got no editing done, so I think tomorrow will be more of an editing day, and then I will get a video up on Thursday instead. I've just pushed all my videos back a day now, so it'll be fine. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna go because this has been a really long update, and I've updated you loads today, so I will probably not update you again now till tomorrow, so see you then. Good morning. It's 58 minutes past 11. It is Wednesday. Yeah, it is Wednesday, and I've been slowly but surely getting myself up and out of bed. I've just been taking some Instagram pictures. I was on the phone to the garage this morning because I'm getting Harrison back today, hopefully. Harrison be in my car. He has been out of service since Tuesday last week, so that's been great, but I'm hopefully getting him back today, which is cool. So today's going to be an editing day. I am fully planning on just spending the day editing some videos. I have last week's vlog to edit. I've got August's wrap up to edit. I've got Supernaturalathon's announcement to edit. And do I have another video I can edit? I'm not sure what else I need to edit, but I'm going to edit as much as I possibly can today and try and get on top of my videos and make sure that something like yesterday doesn't happen again, because yesterday I was so invested in reading my September books that I just read the whole day, which is great, but it meant that I didn't get a video yesterday, which isn't great. So yeah, I just kind of need to get on top of that really, and I need to plan my videos out and record anything that make sure that I make some time the rest of this week to record anything that I need to record. It'll be the weekend actually before I record anything again, because I'll be back to work tomorrow. So I'll be in work tomorrow and Friday. It's my brother's birthday Saturday, but I think I'm going for some lunch with my best friends because I've not seen them since Christmas and I really miss them, so we're doing that. But let me give you a quick reading update. So yesterday I finished Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I think I told you about that yesterday, and then I started Zombierella, and I got 97 pages into that. It's like just shy of 200 pages, so I got 97 pages into that. I'll show a picture of it here. This comes out tomorrow, so I want to try and get that finished today and get a review uploaded on NetGalley. And then it's like a middle grade fairy retelling, but it's quite dark, and Cinderella dies and becomes a zombie essentially. That's as far as I've got. So yeah, I like the illustrations. The illustrations are gorgeous, really nice. So I'm enjoying it so far, it's cool. And then I picked up The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum, and I got to page 218 in this. So I was doing the reading sprints that Becca was hosting yesterday. She hosted, it was 3 hours worth, but we actually only read for 2.5 hours. So yeah, I picked this up at the start of the reading sprint, and I did the whole 2.5 hour like reading sprint, and got 219 pages. So I want to finish this today. I've only got this much left to go, so I'd like to finish this today and Zombierella. Those are my plans for reading, but obviously I'm not going to do that later because today's main focus is editing, so I'm probably not going to pick a book up till later. But yeah, I would really like to finish this one off. This is strange. Very strange. We're following two boys, August and Jack, and Jack starts seeing extremely vivid hallucinations around him constantly. And him and August, when they were kids, they're really best friends, but they sort of they're in different circles at school, so they don't really sort of associate with each other in school, but outside school they spend all of the time together. So Jack's a jock, and he plays up like sports and stuff like that, and August is like the quiet nerd that actually sells drugs in school. Doesn't take them, just sells them because he needs the money. His mum is severely depressed and she literally does nothing, so he gets some income from that, like disability income, I think, and other than that, his money basically comes from selling drugs. It's the only reason he does it, because he needs money. And then Jack's parents are never around. They're really, really rich, but they're just never around. They're away for work all the time. Just leave Jack to his own devices. August, they're both 17, and August is almost like his dad, and it's just a very strange relationship. August is very clearly in love with Jack, and Jack has a girlfriend at the beginning of this book, but things kind of change when his hallucinations start. So he manages to keep his head most of the time, but obviously he's told August about them. August has got a couple of friends who are twins, and their mother is a psychologist, and they saw it happening before it happened, because Jack had a couple of incidences where he acted a little bit off, and they noticed it, and August didn't. Now, as it gets further and further in, the relationship between Jack and August gets weirder and weirder. So when they were younger, they used to sort of play this game where they were kings of certain things, and it's just gotten to a point now where Jack's hallucinations kind of mean that he has a power play here, and he has the upper hand over August, and August will do just about anything for Jack. And mentally and physically, it's really, really draining August, because he's really worried about Jack, but he hasn't sought any medical help so far. He thinks that basically the hallucinations are because of a quest that they need to do, because that's how Jack's telling them that the hallucinations are coming to him as. There is a quest, and they need to fulfill this quest. And I think August is of the opinion that if they get through this quest, the hallucinations will just stop. I think that's what he thinks is going to happen. That's obviously not the case. There is something severely wrong with Jack, but he's not sought any medical help, and he really, really should do. So I don't know how this is going to end, but I'm severely concerned. I'm obviously concerned about Jack. He has some issues and he should be seeking medical help, but I'm really, really worried about August and his mental health and his well-being, because this is taking such a toll on him, and he's taking on so much responsibility for a 17-year-old boy, and it's not good for him. Like, it's really not good for his mental health. I think I've mentioned previously that I am the sort of person that likes to try and help people where I can, and take on their problems where I can, so that they don't suffer anymore. Like, even if it means that I hurt and they don't, I would rather that be the case. I know in 90% of the time you can't do that anyway, but that's what I would rather happen. If I can take away somebody else's pain, I feel it instead. I would rather that be the case. However, since being diagnosed last year with my own mental health problems, I have had to alter my personality, because that is not a viable option for me anymore. I can't take on other people's problems when I've got my own to deal with. Mentally, it drains me, and I can't, you know, physically and mentally do it. It's not good for my well-being, and I really worry for August in that sense, that he's taking on so much of Jack's issues that he's just not looking after himself enough. And yeah, it's a lot. This is a heavy book. It's really, really heavy, quite disturbing. I can see why it's pegged as a thriller. Mentally, it's very, very disturbing, and there is a lot going on, but it's a very, very easy, in the sense that there isn't a lot of writing on the page, and when there is, the writing's like really spaced out. It's relatively big text, but it's sort of mixed in with some mixed media as well. So in that sense, the book is very fast-paced, but the contents of the book, just be careful with this if you're going into it and you deal with, just in general, you are living with mental health problems in general. I think this is quite heavy for people. I think if I was having a bad day and I tried to pick this up, I would really, really struggle. But also, if you, trigger warnings obviously for hallucinations, mental health in general, just in general, I don't know what you would call it, but the power play, the power that Jack has over August. Regularly, August will get down on his knees and, you know, like bow to Jack like he's a king, and it's all part of the game that they're playing, but it's just quite don't know. There's a huge power play going on here. Jack has definitely got the upper hand, and I'm not sure how that has really come about. So yeah, but otherwise I am reasonably enjoying this. It's going good. And then obviously later on I would like to read some more of A Discovery of Witches. I haven't read any more since early hours of Monday morning, so I'm still on page 51. So I'd like to get through a bit more of that, but if I don't, my actual other priority, once I've edited and then read Zombierella and also The Wicker King and finished those two, I need to read today's pages of Six of Crows. So yeah, which is just about 80 pages, so that's not too bad. So that's what I'm reading. I also actually got to chapter 2 in Wizards of Once, Never and Forever, so it would be cool if I can carry that on, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm gonna go and edit, and I will check back in with you when I've got something to update you on.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down, around. You're the only one I want there at the end of my story. It's the only thing I figured out, 'cause everything else in my life without you would be boring. And we'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. I don't wanna let you down.
Happened since we last spoke. The first, these will gradually get more and more exciting. The first is that I finished Zombierella. So this was such a cute, I'll show a picture of the cover here. This was such a cute, actually I don't want to say cute. This was like I think I mentioned it before, but this, very briefly, this is like a Cinderella retelling, but it's dark and witty and it's middle grade, and it's got a lot of illustrations in it, and it's funny, and I had a good time with it. It was really good. The illustrations are gorgeous, and although a little bit disturbing, I'm just not sure how young this book should be for like what age range of kids. It is middle grade, but I'm just not sure what range. I'm wondering if it's like the older set of middle grade kids, and whether or not you might be pushing into that category, you know, between middle grade and YA, whether or not you sort of push in that category as well. In general, the story it's basically of Cinderella, but she dies and she becomes Zombierella, and Death, rather than a fairy godmother, comes back, and for 3 nights, there is a ball for 3 nights where the prince is hosting a ball, and there's something strange about the prince. As an adult, I picked up on it straight away, but whether or not kids would, I'm not sure. There is a ball for 3 nights, basically. There's a reason why it's 3 nights, but I'm not going to tell you that, because if you want to find out, you can pick the book up. But basically, Zombierella goes to the ball for these 3 nights. Death brings her back to life just for these 3 nights, and she goes to the ball to see the prince. I really enjoyed it, but on one of the situations, she's talking to one of the sisters, and this is when she's come back as a zombie, and she's like trying to just get back at one of the sisters. She's at the ball, and the sister's trying to interrupt Zombierella with the prince, and Zombierella's basically like, you called me this and you called me that, but how can I be like that if I have a brain? And pulls her brain out of her mouth and holds her brain. Now I don't know if kids, I don't have kids, so I don't know if kids would find that funny or a little bit disturbing. I'm not sure. Another one, she pulls her guts out the middle of her belly, and it's shown in an illustration, so not only is it mentioned in the words, but it's shown in an illustration. I find it funny, but as someone who's reviewing it for like children, I just don't know whether they would find it funny. Gave it 4 stars in the end because it is funny. The illustrations are gorgeous and I just think it's very clever. This is a series, there's going to be 3 of them I think. I'm just not sure what the other fairy tales are going to be, but I enjoyed it, it was fine. I'm just, like I say, not sure of the age range on it, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The second piece of information to give you is that I have just been accepted. I have just been sent The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue from NetGalley. So that's exciting news. I actually have no idea when this comes out. Let's find out. 6th of October, so I could do with picking that up this month. Really, and reviewing that, so that's exciting, by V.E. Schwab. Do you know what's really funny is the only V.E. Schwab that I've ever picked up is the middle grade series that she's done, so this should be exciting. I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, that was my next piece of information. Sorry, I know I look really flushed. I've got the fire on, it was freezing in here earlier. The third piece of information is that I think I'm gonna have to sit with this and make my decision obviously towards the end of the year, but there's a high possibility, like I'm about 98% certain, that I've just finished my favourite book of the year. And I'm shook for several reasons, because 1, I don't think I'd ever even heard of this book before the beginning of the year, and it's not come out this year. Fairly certain it's not come out this year. 2, no, it came out in 2017. 2, I was over halfway through this book before I picked it up tonight, and I did not have this feeling about it at all this afternoon, so I'm very shook. The book in question is The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum, and I'm just very shocked, very shocked at this turn of events. I cannot believe it. I told you about this earlier. Basically, it's following August and Jack is having hallucinations. The build up to the hallucinations is very slow. You're over 100, I think over 100 pages in before that even happens. And basically the edges of the pages, the light pages are when things are relatively normal, and the pages get darker and darker as Jack's hallucinations get worse and worse. Very cleverly done. Mixed media in here, and basically it is 2 teenagers, 17 years old, 2 teenage boys trying to deal with mental health on their own without asking for help. And I'm not going to tell you how this ends, but it's how we sort of get to that position, how we get to the end, what happens in the end, and the build up towards that after about like the 200 page mark, that really sort of just don't know how to explain how I feel about this book. It's fucking incredible. The rep in here is amazing, just amazing. Obviously not only are Jack's hallucinations a toll on Jack, but August being his best friend, being in love with Jack, and also wanting to do everything and anything he possibly can to help Jack in any way physically, mentally possible. It takes a mental and physical toll on August as well. And I think I mentioned earlier on this afternoon that not only am I worried about Jack, I'm severely worried about August's mental health as well. That only continued to get worse as the book went on, but fuck, this book is amazing. It's so fucking good. And I know it came out in 17, so I don't know if this has been boasted about a lot previously, but this book should be talked about more. It's so fucking good. The author's note in the back as well was the other reason, one of the other reasons I gave it 5 stars. Now I know you should probably not give a book 5 stars based on the author's note, but Kayla, basically in the back of here, I'm just going to read you a very short part of this author's note, but she's going on about the fact that there are characters in this book that could have been doing more for the boys, basically. And she's going on about the fact that they were people in power, teachers, parents, etc., that should have noticed these things and should have been around and should have been doing more for the boys, and they weren't. And basically she goes on to say, this is not uncommon. Many young people, perhaps like you, find themselves being forced to carry something they never imagined would be so heavy. With no one around to support them, it must be said that they are rarely ever at fault for the multitude of ways they choose to bear that load. Even if they are destructive, they are not failing. Even if they are destructive, they are not failing. Someone has failed there. If you read this book and you see too much of your life in the codependence and the neglect that is August's and Jack's lives, please know that it's not your fault. If you are dealing with mental illness and you are exhausted, please know that it's not your fault. If you're alone and overburdened, please know that it's not your fault. Now, August and Jack are fictional. They wind up okay in the end. They'll learn how to love each other with fingertips instead of claws. They will build a home and life together, and they will heal and grow. You deserve to heal and grow too. You deserve to have someone to talk about your problems. You deserve unconditional support. You deserve care and safety and all the things you need to thrive. Just because you may not have them doesn't mean you don't deserve them. If someone tells you that you don't deserve those things, they are lying. Keep trying your best. Ask for help when you need it. Do your best to be brave, but it's okay not to be. If you drop the weight you're carrying, it's okay. You can build yourself back up out of the pieces. If your mind stops listening to you, it's not your fault. There are billions of us. You are not alone. And lastly, whoever you are, I am so proud of you. Love, Kayla. And I was already at a point where I was crying towards the end of this book, but that fucking author's note, Jesus Christ, I just couldn't stop crying. This book is incredible, and I think it's probably my favourite book of the year, and I'm shook, because I was not expecting that at all. I've picked this up on a total whim. I can't even remember I think, honestly, it's a cover buy. That's the only reason I picked it up. Actually, no, there was two reasons why I picked this up. The first one is it was a cover buy. The second one was that I was watching both Lexi and Kaylin read this during the reading rush, and I noticed that the pages were sort of like of this kind of looked like this and had multimedia images in them, and I'm looking for more books that have multimedia within them because I really enjoy the Illuminae files, and those are the only two reasons I picked this book up, for aesthetics and basically just aesthetics. They're the only reasons, but aesthetics on the front cover, aesthetics on the inside, only reason. And I cannot believe that this is probably going to be my favourite book of the year. I'm fucking shook, absolutely shook. So unsure on what to do with that information. It's currently 9 o'clock. I am thinking about going having a bath. I'm also thinking about just having a shower in the morning because I'm too lazy. There is a massive spider in my bathroom, and it's hidden now. I'm not sure where it is, and I'm just not sure I feel comfortable with sitting in the bath for an hour knowing there's a spider in there somewhere. So I'm not sure. I'm undecided on that, but I need to read today's pages of Six of Crows, so I think that's going to be my next thing to do. And then I was going to carry on with the Wizards of Wands, which is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to change my mind on that, actually. That is definitely what I'm going to do next. I'm not going to pick up Addie LaRue until I finish Wizards of Wands. I definitely want to pick that up this month, but I need to do Wizards of Wands first because that comes out on the 17th of September, so that's more of a priority than Addie LaRue at the moment because that doesn't come out till October. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Wizards of Wands at the moment. I don't want to, just because I'm really excited about Addie LaRue, I don't want to pick that up yet. I'm going to wait until I finish Wizards of Wands. So I'm going to read today's pages of this and then continue on with Wizards of Wands Never and Forever. And I don't know whether to go and read in bed or whether to have a bath. I might just go upstairs and weigh my options up when I see what the bathroom looks like. If the spider's out and about, I might just have a shower in the morning instead. But yeah, so did I tell you I got the car back? I'm really excited to have him back. He feels very strong. So I can go to work tomorrow, which is exciting. Equally exciting and also a bit of a bummer because I'm going to be bummed about the fact that I can't read a lot tomorrow, but it's fine. I got a lot of editing done today. I got 2 videos edited, they're both uploaded and ready to go for the rest of the week, which is awesome. So yeah, exciting times. So this clip has been very, very long. I'm sorry, I was just gushing over the Wicker King. Amazing, amazing. I want to use the word insane, but I shouldn't because it's a really inappropriate word for that book, but incredible. amazing. Never saw that coming in a million years. Okay, I'm gonna go and get some reading done, and it's probably gonna be tomorrow before I check back in with you. Good morning, that's great lighting. It's a Friday. Sorry, I'm just trying to put my shoes on. I am running late. I'm off to work again. It is my brother's birthday tomorrow, so we are going to the pub this afternoon. So I'm just working like a half day today, which is fine. But as always, I'm running late. It's 25 to 10. And I have to be at work at 10. Yay for me. This happens all the time, honestly. I'm not particularly, I am shit at timekeeping. That's actually definitely what I am. Why is this a struggle? Oh my god. Chaos. I am terrible at timekeeping. Oh god lord, I've got like a bazillion notifications on my phone because I haven't been able to check my phone this morning. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Last night I got home from work at, well, I went to my brother's for tea. Got home about 8:30. Then I jumped in the shower. It was earlier than that. It was like 8 o'clock. Jumped in the shower, had a shower, washed my hair, and then I was gonna get in bed and read for a bit with Becca's doing like reading sprints over on Twitter and both Twitter and Discord, but alternately on alternate days. And I was going to do a reading sprint, but I don't have a birthday card from my brother. Fuck. But I was really fucking tired, so honestly I just went to bed. I was really fucking sleepy. By about 9:30 I put my phone down and that was it. I was going to sleep. So I didn't do any reading yesterday, not a single page, not one page. Feel a bit shit about it today, but it's fine. I've already finished 3 books. 2 of them were on my Bookopoly TBR, so it's all good, it's fine. I will do some tonight when I get home, but yeah, I'm gonna go for now because I'm running late and I need to get a shufty on. So I will see you in a little bit. Tra! Good evening. Let's take these off, I'm not driving anymore. They're just reflecting otherwise, so. It's still Friday. It's currently 8:45 in the evening. I've just gotten home. Obviously I was working and then we went out for some drinks because it's my brother's birthday. So we went to the pub and I stayed for a little bit longer and had some tea with my dad. It was good, but obviously social distancing meant that we had to sit on 2 tables because there's 5 of us plus the baby, so we had to sit on 2 different tables, which is fine. We sorted it out. Eventually my mum disappeared and then we just sat on 1 table, so it was fine. Thomas was good. Matt and Ty stayed for a little bit and then he had like 3 drinks, Matt, and then they went home for tea, and me and my dad stayed for a bit longer and then we were chatting. So I am now home. And I'm ready to get some freaking reading done because I didn't do any yesterday. I was so tired. I think I might have mentioned it this morning, but I was just so tired I went to bed really early, so I didn't do any reading yesterday at all. Not a single page, not a single word was listened, not a single word was read. So I've got some catching up to do, but I have this is my haul for today. All of the snacks and 3 books, so yay. Now, speaking of books, I need to get some reading done. I also need to wrap this update up because it's going to be very long otherwise. So I think my intention for the evening, I'm now today and yesterday's pages behind on 6 of Crows, so I could do with catching up a little bit even if I just get yesterday's pages done. So I think I want to do that, try and make that a priority first and do that. Then I wouldn't mind actually picking up a Discovery of Witches again and doing a bit more of this because I sort of need to get up to date with, we're supposed to be doing like a chunk of this a week throughout the month of September, and I actually thought that I would just carry on with this and just get it done, but I haven't done. I don't know whether that's because I'm trying to keep going with a little bit a week or what, but I'm not sure. So I would like to pick this up again, but I would like to also pick something short up and try and finish something else this today maybe, or going into tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I don't think that's going to be possible. The only thing I could do is stick Nick and Charlie on. Oh, by the way, I picked up Once and Future Witches. and I have struggled with it. The writing style is extremely fluffy, not fluffy, flowery. What? I'm thinking of the dog. The writing style is extremely flowery, and I fucking hate flowery writing. I don't know what it is, I just don't like it. I'm not a fan at all, and I'm really struggling with it. Don't really care about the characters, and I'm just really struggling with it. So I may end up DNFing that, I'm not sure. What I might do is just leave it for now, take it off my TBR and switch it out for something else. So that was down for an LGBTQ plus rep prompt. So I'm thinking about swapping it out with Nick and Charlie, and then maybe I might just read this tonight instead. So I think I might do that, and I might try and come back to Once and Future Witches maybe when the audiobook comes out. I might try and do it that way and see if that helps me any better. I just don't like flowery written books. I DNF'd Night Circus, I DNF'd The Starless Sea for these reasons. I forced myself through the binding because I was doing it as part of a read along, and I hated it. It was like, just did not like it because that had flowery writing. I didn't hate it. I think I gave it 2 stars, but I wasn't a fan. Caraval, I gave 2 stars. I was not a fan, didn't carry on with the series. Just not a fan of flowery writing, and I just think I'm going to struggle with Once and Future Witches, so I don't know. So we're going to say that we're DNFing it for now. I might try again with the audio. We'll see. I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. But for now, we're taking it off my TBR, and we're going to replace it with Nick and Charlie, I think, because this is obviously a queer book, and I really want to pick this up. So I think that's what we're going to replace it with, and I think I might pick this up tonight, try and get through another book. So yeah, that'd be cool. But I'll keep you posted anyway, let you know what's going on, and I will check back in with you when I've got an update for you.
I have made practically no progress with it because I'm being absolutely useless, and
It's a bit later. Yes, I'm in the same dress as yesterday afternoon. Don't judge me. I like this dress, okay? It's currently 3:25. I've just got home. Oh no, that's on the camera screen. I've just got home from having dinner with the girls. Oh, it was so lovely. I went to... Where did I go to? Knutsford is the place I went to. And I haven't been to Knutsford for years. There's never been a reason for me to go there, but so backstory to this friendship, basically these are 3 sisters. The eldest is my age, the middle one is my brother's age, which is like 28, 29, and then the youngest is like 27, 28. So very close in age, and I've known them since me and the eldest were 4 years old. So the middle and my brother were, Rachel was 4, same as me, Laura and Matt were 2, and Kate was like 1 year old. So I've known Kate almost all of her life pretty much, and I've been best friends with these girls ever since then. So I have known these girls for the last 26 years, and they are my rocks, absolute rocks, and I love them so much. And I haven't seen them since Christmas. So we went out for Christmas food around Christmas. I think it was, I can't remember if it was before Christmas or after Christmas, whatever it was. Anyway, it was around Christmas. It was in December, the back end of December somewhere, and I haven't seen them since then. So it's been a long time for me to go. We haven't gone this period of time without seeing each other for like quite a few years now, probably maybe 10 years or so. We got to a point where we were seeing each other almost every single weekend, and then or every other weekend, and now it's been like 8 months, nearly 9 months, and it's been a long time. And Laura came to meet me in the car park because Laura and Kate have only moved into this apartment in Knutsford in the last 2 months, so I've never been before. So she came to meet me in the car park and I just burst into tears when she gave me a hug. Like, it's been so long, and these girls are literally like my sisters, you know, like they're incredible. I love them so much. So then when I got into the apartment and I saw Kate and Rach, I was like, just had a cry in the car park, and Rachel's like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I've just missed you all so much. So I gave them all a hug and like cried some more. But yeah, it was so lovely to see them. We went to a place called Lost and Found in Knutsford. It was gorgeous. The b-roll previous was our food, and it was incredible, absolutely beautiful. Apparently this is like the old town hall, and it's been revamped into a restaurant. It's gorgeous, really nice. So yeah, it was such a lovely afternoon, so nice to catch up, and I can't wait to see them again already. Like, we're trying to plan something for soon again, but it's so difficult with lockdown restrictions and stuff, so it's just very difficult at the moment. It's hard, and I think it's taking its toll on a lot of us, on everybody really. But yeah, it was so nice to see them, and it's amazing how good it feels to do something normal, like go out for some food with some friends, because I haven't done that yet. I've been out for some food with my parents, and that's it. I haven't even been out for food with my brother and my sister-in-law since lockdown. So they've come round for tea actually, so we've done that, but I haven't, other than going out for food with my parents, I haven't been out with anybody like for food or anything. So it's so nice to do something as mundane as going out for a meal. It sounds fucking ridiculous, but I haven't done that in, well, since lockdown, so for the last 6 months. So it was just really nice, so good to see them. I had such a lovely time. So now I'm back, we've got the rest of the day. I can't remember where Maddie's up to with her schedule for the day, so I'm gonna have to check that out in a second. But this morning, I very quickly had to cut you off this morning because my battery was dying and I needed to get a move on. This morning I got 14 pages into A Memory in the Flame by Jessie Elliott and KJ Sutton. This is the third in the Charlie Travesty series. I actually just kind of wanted to read something very quickly for the sprints during the live on Instagram, because I can't listen to my phone while the Instagram live is on, and I'm listening to my books that I'm reading at the moment. So I needed to pick something else up, and I thought if I pick something short up, then that shouldn't be too bad. So that's what I did. My hair's fucking wild right now. So that's what I did, but I only got 14 pages in, and then I remembered that if I carried on with the live until 11, I have to leave the house at 11:30 very latest, and I needed to get ready. So I just started getting ready after the first reading on the live. So about half 10 I checked out of that, and sorry Maddie. And yeah, just started getting ready. So I only got 14 pages into that. I think I might carry on with that actually and try and finish that off. It would be really nice to get to a point where I've finished 6 books in 6 days, because obviously this week started on Tuesday, so this will be from the 1st to the 6th, which is tomorrow. So it'd be really nice to read 6. I'm sure something's falling. 6 books in 6 days. I think I might aim for that and do that, which will be really cool. So far I've read 4 books, but only 3 of them are on my Bookopoly TBR, because Zombierella was not on my Bookopoly TBR. I could try and fit it in, but I don't really want to. There's nothing else I want to take off and replace it with. So I have finished 4 books so far, so I would only need to finish another 2 to reach the 6 books in 6 days, but it would be nice to do 6 books for Bookopoly. So here's my plan. I need to finish 6 of Crows. I managed to get up to date last night with Thursday and Friday's pages, so I'm up to part 5. I'm here. So today really I need to read part 5, and then tomorrow part 6, but I might just try and bash this out actually today and finish it off. I don't know how long I have left on the audio for this. 4 hours and 31 minutes, so it won't take me long at all to get through that, like 2 hours to get through that. And then which is cool. And then if I read A Memory in the Flame, that's another one, so that's 2. And then I might pick a middle grade up actually. I kind of fancy picking a middle grade up, because I could finish The Train to Impossible Places. I've forgotten I'd started that because I'm listening to it on audio. I'd forgotten about that one actually. Maybe I might do the Train to Impossible Places instead. 6 hours and 36 minutes left of that. Might do that. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here, aren't I? So yeah, this is the plan for the weekend, not just for today. So I would like to finish another 3 books this weekend if it's all possible. But it would also be nice to finish a Court of Wings and Ruin this weekend as well. But this isn't on my Bookopoly TBR because this is moved forward from August. So I still have like half of the book left to go, just shy of half of the book left to go. So it would be nice to get through some more of that. Maybe I might just do bits of that this weekend as well. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is a mess. I'm sorry. This is a mess of an update. Also, I would like to read some more of A Discovery of Witches this weekend. So I'll just keep you posted on what I'm reading as I'm going through. Probably won't update you again until I've finished something, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted anyway and let you know how I'm getting on. Good morning. It is Monday. I nearly said it's Sunday. That's not right, is it? It's Monday and it's 11:15. Sorry I didn't film yesterday. Honestly, there wasn't like a real excuse for it, to be perfectly honest. I just couldn't be bothered. I was in Christmas leggings and a hoodie and I didn't brush my hair, and it was just one of them days, you know, where I was like vegging on the couch and just chilling. So I watched the F1, watched some booktube in the morning, then I watched the F1, which was thrilling. It was riveting. It was a really good race. And then I read in the evening with the reading sprints that Becca hosted. So I got some stuff done yesterday, but I just didn't film anything to discuss the books that I read instead this week. So I read 7 books this week, I think that's the case, and 6 of them were for, sorry, just trying to find my thing so I can tell you what they were. 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 6 of them were for Becca's Bookopoly and 1 of them was not. So let's go through them. I also have stats as well. So over the 7 books, I've done the stats for both just the 6 books for Bookopoly, but all 7 books as well. So the 6 books for Bookopoly, I read 1,583 pages, 1,583 pages. 3 of those are contemporary and 3 of those are fantasy. And I've started 3 other books, and I actually read my favourite book of the year so far as well during the week. So 6 books read, 17 to go. Over the 7 books, I read 1,775 books, and that final one was also, was a middle grade fantasy retelling. So yeah, so let's tell you about the books in order that I read them. So the first one was Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I've told you my full thoughts on this. I've given it 5 out of 5 stars. This is probably my favourite Christina Lauren book that I've read so far. Really enjoyed it, and I will continue to pick more up from them. I just love the cover of it as well. Then I read Zombierella, which is one of the only book this week that isn't on Bookoplathon, but I read it anyway because it came through from NetGalley and it came out on the 3rd of September, so I wanted to get to it as quick as I could. And also it was a quick paced book that kind of just made me feel like a bit better because it put my page count up and it was just quick to get through, and I enjoyed it. It was good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I've told you about that one as well. Then I read The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum. I've gushed about this book enough during this vlog. This is now my favourite book of the year, and I still can't really put into words how this book made me feel. It's just incredible. I think you guys have probably got the idea of where I'm going with this. So obviously this was 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book. It's been 6 days now and I can't stop thinking about this book. I think it's the sort of thing that I will probably reread again in a few months, maybe at the beginning of next year, and either it will cement my thoughts or my thoughts will change. Fairly certain it'll cement them, but we'll see. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for that one. Then I read Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman, which is just a really short novella. 4 out of 5 stars. It was cute. Then I read Memory in the Flame by Jessie Elliott and KJ Sutton. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I think I've given them all 4 out of 5 stars so far. This is the 3rd in the Charlie Travesty series, and I thought it was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Completely forgot where the second one left off. And obviously you're thrown, because these books are back to back, it's almost just like you're going from one chapter to another. So you're thrown straight back into it, and it was really, really good. I very quickly remembered what had happened in the second one. And I really enjoyed it. The Charlie Travesty series is following a vampire princess who something happens to her and she's no longer a princess, and you find out why very, very quickly in the first book. Can't tell you too much else about these books other than that, because they're all novellas. So these books are between like 70 and 110 pages long, so if I tell you too much about them, I'll basically just ruin the story. But otherwise, that's all you need to know. It's about a vampire princess that is no longer a princess for reasons that you find out very quickly. So yeah, really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 stars. It was good. Then I read Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Finally, as it turns out, I bought this book a year ago at the end of this month. I think I had a quick look on Amazon. I think it was like the 26th of this month or something that I bought this book last year. So in less than a year it's taken me to read this book, but I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was very good. And this is following a band of what are called dregs, kind of like misfits, if you like. Some of them have powers, some of them don't. This is in the Grisha universe, and they are coming together to basically do a heist, one of the biggest heists of their lives. Something I forgot during this is that most of these are kids. And by kids I mean they're like 17 years old, 16, 17 years old. Completely forgot about this. So Kaz Brecker, who runs the dregs essentially, is 17 years old, and I completely forgot during this story. Inej again is, I think she's about 17, and I think Nina's the same age as well. It was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. I liked that you got chapters from all of the characters, and I really enjoyed that. However, because of that, there is a lot going on. You get to know a lot of characters, so it's not just our 6 dregs. There's also some other people that come into play here as well that are kind of important, and there are a lot of people whose names are like relatively similar, so there were times where I was struggling a little bit, but otherwise I really, really enjoyed this. I thought it was really good, and I think I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed the Grisha trilogy, you know, so the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I think I am going to enjoy this duology more. This is like a higher 4 stars than the 4 stars I gave Shadow and Bone. So, and I think I'm understanding this one a lot better than I'm understanding that trilogy. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. 4 out of 5 stars. So glad that I finally read it. And then the last book that I read this week was Sacrifice in the Smoke, which is the 4th book in the Charlie Travesty series, and I thought it was great. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This is probably a higher 4 out of 5 stars than the rest of the series, but I was shook at the end. Absolutely shook. Had no idea that that's how the book was going to end. It was so good. So yeah, I highly recommend picking that series up if you like your adult vampire type books, because it's a really good series and obviously really easy to get through, so you could read the whole thing in a day if you wanted to. So yeah, I gave that 4 out of 5 stars as well. So it's been a really good reading week. It's been a great start to the Bookoplathon month. So yeah, I had a really good week. I have loved the books that I've been reading. Obviously nothing less than 4 stars this week, which is great, and I am hoping to keep it that way, fingers crossed. So I am gonna go now because I need to start this week's vlog and also edit this vlog so that it can go up tomorrow, fingers crossed, and I shall see you for the next one. Bye for now.